Warning. This podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
Welcome to another episode of the Viewers Anonymous podcast. I'm your co-host, Scoots Bronson.
And I am the other co-host, S. Foster.
That's right, and we're here to bring you some of the best reviews on movies and television shows from then and now. My brother, what's going on with you, man?
Man, can't call it, man. Just another day above ground, so has to be a good day, man. But I'm just
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Getting the job done, man. Getting the job done and putting out these pies, man. But how you feeling? Everything good with you?
Man, I'm doing good, doing great. You know what I'm saying? Was playing around with my little cousins, man. You know, they video dropped this past Saturday. So if you guys would be so kind, man, go on YouTube, search We Go High, we as in the French word we, O-U-I, Go High. Go check out the video for Two-Headed Goat. You know what I'm saying? I make a small cameo appearance in there. You know what I'm saying? I done had a few people say, hey, man, I seen you in that video, man. You did a great job. And I was like, well, ain't that hard to do a great job when a nigga mean mug you? So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, when you ain't doing shit but getting mushed and mugged in there, you know what I'm saying? You know, I tried to do my best to, you know what I'm saying, sell it, make it look as real as possible. So, yeah, did that. And then, man, I made an album. You know what I'm saying? I made an album this past weekend as well. Just playing around my little cousins. And then they was like, man, you know, you might as well go ahead and make an album, bro. You know what I'm saying? Everybody doing it. And I was like, well, shit, I'm going to go ahead and do it. So that come out August 7th. And, yeah, that's it.
Shit, man. Congratulations on that, man. Like I told you, you sent me a little snippet, you know what I'm saying? I hit you with the honestly never mind, but
yeah. I mean, man, listen, that's the best thing I could come up with at the time, man. And then on top of that, bro, I'm like, you know, I'm trying to bring back the Molly and the ecstasy, man.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Not that.
Yeah,
not the
I'm
blue
trying to
pill.
bring back Molly and ecstasy with this album, man.
That's funny. Nah, I ain't mad at you, man. Like, you know what, man? I think that's the direction of where a lot of shit is going, man. I think people are trying to bring back, you know, what we had like a decade ago. You know, everybody don't want to sit there and watch everybody dance. Now, see, this is the thing. That's not my scene no more. I ain't been to the club in shit, man. I can't even tell you. So, but what I do here is that it's a lot of people on the phones, looking at their phones, ain't really doing shit. Everybody trying to bring the dancing back, see if they can get people on their feet. So I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that sound, man. We talked about that Drake album on this podcast. So you know what I'm saying. And what I'm saying, I'm not comparing him to Drake. I'm just saying what I heard. It just gave me that vibes.
So. Yeah, it's definitely honestly never mind vibes for sure. But I mean, man, it's like I said, I was just playing around with it because at first I was trying to make an all techno EDM album. My little cousins was like, man, there's like, can you really make the beats? And I found me an app, started making the beats, and I put them joints together, and they came out pretty decent, man. I'm working on album number 2 right now. So, you know what I'm saying? Once the first one dropped, I'm going to give it some time to breathe. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm already working on the second album. You know what I'm saying? Real Goats Never Sleep. That ain't the title of the album. I'm just throwing that out there. I might have to use that later on down the line, though, because that's actually pretty fire. But, yeah. Nah, man, just for real, bro. It was just playing around, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really take it too serious, but I mean, if people like it, people like it. If they don't, they don't. You know, it's just something. I'm trying to do a little bit of everything, man. I want people to know that, you know, if you want to do something, the best way to do it is to do it.
Oh yeah. Look, I already spoke about this on the pod, man. Like, you know, I wanted to start my own podcast, and I was just like, shit, well, I'm just gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I did some research about it and I just did it. And the plan was to do it solo, but you know what I'm saying? Aunt came in and did a great job. So
Right.
but like, yeah, man, like if you wanna do it, like just do it. You never know what the outcome gonna be. You never know like if it's gonna be received well or if it's not gonna be received well. Just do that shit. So
Yeah, man. And then with the next one that I'm doing, I'm trying out a whole new method and everything. Like I'm actually trying to construct beats. So I'm gonna see how this one turned out. I got an intro right now and 2 tracks done. So we'll see how it come out. But this one I got coming out, it's 7. Well, it's not a full 7 tracks. It's really 5 tracks. It's an intro on there. Got an interlude on there. But it's I did the cover art myself, of course. You already know how I get down with that. I put everything together. You know what I'm saying? I did all the arrangement and all that. Played around with, you know what I'm saying, each beat. Hopefully, people actually like it, and we'll see how the numbers do, man.
well, I will be tuning in August 7th. Gotta support my guy.
I appreciate. Oh, and the best thing about it is it's 2 days after my birthday.
Oh, look at this dude. So I'm guessing the 7th is a Friday.
Sunday.
So I didn't know if you was trying to do the whole thing of everybody.
I'm
Man,
trying to do everything. I'm trying to do everything everybody ain't doing.
man, I feel you. I feel you because see, that was
nobody
the thing.
drop no music on Sunday.
Because this is the thing. Like it used to be like Tuesday. Like Tuesday used to be like album day. Then all of a sudden somebody dropped it on a Friday, and then now Friday is the date. And it's just like everybody always
start dropping it on Friday because you know what I'm saying. A lot of times that's the best time to listen to music is on the weekend. You know what I'm saying. Everybody be working throughout the week. A lot of people don't get a chance to really sit and listen to it like they want to. So if you drop something on Friday, you know what I'm saying, especially with the way streaming is too. You drop something on Friday, I can stream it all weekend. By the time next Friday roll around, you done fell in love with it over the weekend. That's all you listening to all week. You know what I mean? So yeah, but mine is on Sunday, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to give everybody something to go back to, them go back to school parties and you know what I'm saying, that last little get down before everybody getting back to it. Yeah, man, it's gonna be the one. You know what I'm saying? Get your glow sticks. You know what I mean? If you got your drugs, get your drugs. You know what I mean? We back in the club with it and we going crazy. I'm gonna be working on the I'm trying to figure out which one I'm gonna do the video for because I'm gonna do a video for one of them.
Oh no, that'd be dope. Man, it's funny you said the glow stick because back when I was in school, Mark used to be the glow stick guy. And Mark used to have the glow stick. He used to have the kind that'll go around you. He had the whole thing. He had the glasses that used to light up around the thing.
Yeah.
Hey Mark, wow, boy. We used to have so much fun in the club with them. But
man. That's what I'm on, bro. I'm gonna do a video. I got an idea for it, so I ain't gonna talk about that yet. But I got an idea for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to get it off. If I can get this off, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
That's great news, man. Great news. So, man, I got to issue an apology. If you want to jump in on it, you can.
Okay.
But so you remember last episode we was talking about we was talking about the death of James Caan. And then we started going down this whole thing of like, great our older great actors, and you know what I'm saying, like who's taking over like their spots because they're getting older and all that type shit. We did not mention not one single woman's name.
That is true.
And I was like, damn, I didn't realize until I listened back through, and I was like, damn, we didn't say one woman name. Like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with us? So I got something to throw at you.
Okay.
I know who the next Meryl Streep is gonna be. Or they already in like the swing of things of like, I think that they're gonna end up having like that type career.
Let me hear it.
Emma Stone. Think about it. Let it digest.
Like, no, I am. Let me hold on. Let me bring up her catalog real quick.
I'm telling you,
You might be onto something, bro.
Because I was sitting there thinking about it today. Because I was like, "Yo, I fucked up. I didn't mention the female name." And so I was like, "So Meryl Streep is like, I mean, look, don't get me wrong. Like this is my thing about Meryl Streep, right? I've only seen a few Meryl Streep movies, so I don't get the whole, you know what I'm saying, awe of her. Like, it's like, why is she like considered like the gold standard? But it's because I haven't seen like a lot of her movies, but I know that she was like, you know what I'm saying, like that woman.
Yeah.
So then I got to thinking, I was like, you know what though? I think the person that's on that path is Emma Stone.
I
think
mean,
that
you may be on to something. 49 total credits as an actress.
And she got some hits.
Yeah, she got 3 upcoming projects. She done worked with some major people. She done worked with Disney doing Cruella, Pixar with Croods, the Zombieland joints. She done been in music videos. She done been in a joint with Andy Samberg with Pop Star, Never Stop, Never Stop, Never Stopping. That shit is actually funny as hell. Man, The Interview, she was in that. She was in Birdman. She was in Spider-Man, of course. She was in some video games.
One of the first movies I ever seen her in was Easy A.
Yep.
And that was and the thing. And the thing is, like, she got that quirky kind of funny thing, but like she does that in the Spider-Mans too. Like, she's my favorite version of Mary Jane. Don't get me wrong, I like Zendaya too.
Yeah,
but I don't know, man. Like I told you this before. Like, I like the Amazing Spider-Mans.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, that's like my favorite ones out of the ones. But I also think that Andrew Garfield really killed Spider-Man as well. I think Tom Holland doing a good job. I like him.
Andrew Garfield's was more Spider-Man-ish though.
Yeah. I like his better.
But like, no, first time I seen her was I'm about to say Prometheus. Superbad.
She wasn't Superbad.
Yeah, that's the first time
I gotta think. Hold on. No, Easy A came out before Superbad.
Nope.
It didn't? Superbad so maybe that's not then. Maybe I
definitely seen her on Superbad.
I definitely seen Superbad.
Yeah.
I definitely seen Superbad.
That's how I got hip to it. Because I remember when Superbad came out, we had all got together because that's the year I graduated high school. We all got together and went to go see that at the movies because of what it was about.
Yeah, like I remember when Superbad came out, but it was a vibe around it, man. Like everybody was talking about it. And then if you didn't get the McLovin thing, like you had to watch it because everybody's talking about the whole McLovin thing. It's like man, I didn't see it in the movies, but I kept hearing about it. I was like, yo, I got to see it. Like, man, I don't want to be the one in the room that don't get it. You know what I mean? So I had to see it. But like, man,
that nigga's I think he told that motherfucker, he said she wants what he say? She wants she said mama's making salad and she wants some Newman's on dressing. He said she wants Yordi and her Vaj. So much shit was saying, man, that motherfucker was going crazy, bro. And there's at that soccer practice, that shit was hilarious.
No, the all-time hilarious. Then I get back to the point I was making was when my old girl was grinding on my man, and then she got period blood.
Oh man, she had the period blood on there.
I got the period blood on there. I was like, yo,
my nigga put the beer in the Tide bottles.
He was drinking this shit. It was blue.
Man, that shit was funny as hell, bro. Whole mouth was blue as shit. Thick as fuck drinking that bullshit.
Oh man, but yo, man, I listened back to that shit. I was like, yo, man, we fucked up, man. But like, I mean, like, I think that I will be honest with you on this though. I think that in the women's direction, I feel like there are more stars over there.
Yeah.
than they are with the men because, like, I mean, like they're older. Like, I think Jessica Chastain has hit like this stride where it's like she's just coming out with like bangers, man, and
Margot Robbie.
Yeah, Margot Robbie. Like,
Sure.
you know what I'm saying? What she's
She
doing.
been in some heated ones. She was in Wolf of Wall Street.
Well, that's when everybody like was like, yo, like this girl is something special.
She been in some joints though.
Yeah, she been in some joints, man. She was in that last Quentin Tarantino joint, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
And she got in on the superhero side of the game doing the Harley Quinn joints.
Yep, and she's killing those. Like, she's killing it. And then, like, I think it took her a while to really, like, because she's always had, like, who I'm talking about now is Viola Davis. Like, it seemed like she kind of had, like, the Olivia Spencer thing. Like, you seen her bits and pieces, and it's like, but she didn't hit her stride till she was older. Like, she was already in those mom roles and stuff like that. And it's like, it took a while for Viola to really hit, but, like, she's a certified star. Like, she's legendary status now. And
man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I had her getting the EGOT.
She still got time.
No, I know she do. I'm just saying, like, I got her being one of the ones that ends up with an EGOT. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if she was one of the next one.
Yeah, definitely. Cause she's just talented like that, man. She's just so fucking good. It's crazy. But I mean, like, I can't believe that we really even got through the whole pod, and I didn't realize it. I was like, damn, but like, man, there's a lot of them out there, man. You got, you know, what's the name that slowed down? Uma Thurman slowed down. Oh man, did you hear Cameron Diaz coming back?
Yep.
And Jamie Foxx, and Jamie Foxx had her talk to Tom Brady.
Yep.
What the fuck? But yeah, because this is the pressure that they have. The pressure that they have is like, once a woman hit like a certain age and they a certain type of actress, because the thing about her, like, she did like comedic, like, she never really played like a mom. You know what I mean? Like, she did like different kind of roles, and she kind of like aged out of what she was doing. So when you look at, because I think her and like Jessica Chastain, they got to be like around like the same age. And you know, Sandra Bullock, I think she's older than them, but even now she's talking about retiring.
Really?
I heard this like last month when she said she just feel like she's tapped out.
Yeah.
And she did that one joint with Channing Tatum. I haven't seen that yet though.
It's actually funny as hell.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check it out. I've seen it on there, but I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. But like, man, there's a lot of great actresses out there that's doing a lot of good work, man. And I think that they are in really good hands, because this is something that we talked about like around the time when we was doing like Ava and all that type stuff. We were talking about all of these movies with girls kicking ass, and it was just like this is a lane that is starting to take over, because when it comes to the men's side, like all of our action heroes, you know, Tom Cruise is still out here being an action hero. He's 60. So
hey man, listen, he's not an action hero.
Hey, that's what people calling him, man. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you what I'm hearing out here.
We got to stop doing this.
He still got Mission Impossible movies coming out.
Let's talk about that though, because that's exactly where I was going. In Mission Impossible, he's not the hero of the fucking film. He's a fucking spy thief.
Man, I'm just telling you what I'm hearing. They calling this dude an action star. And
now, action star, yes. But in that movie, bro, dude is not a hero. Ain't dude like an international spy or some shit like that? He worked for a fucking team that be stealing shit.
Man, I'm going to be real with you. I've seen some of the Mission Impossible movies, but
you just don't know what they're about.
Yeah, I couldn't sit here and tell you like, yo, this is what they did and this is what's going on. Like, I couldn't tell you none of that shit.
I remember in every Mission Impossible I saw, he was stealing something for the government.
Man, I could just tell you Vin Rames and them shits. Like, I don't know. Like, but yeah, man, shout out to the women, man. You know what I'm saying? I fucked up on that one.
Oh, real quick, another shout out, man, because I don't think she gets the credit that she deserves yet, man. Tessa Thompson.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
she's
saying?
in. Yeah,
The new Thor. You know what I'm saying? And also, you know what I'm saying, we watching Westworld right now, so she was in that. You know what I'm saying? She did a great job in that. She was in oh my God, what else?
She's in the Creeds.
Yeah, she's in Creed. You know what I'm saying? I was about to say Rocky, but it's not Rocky, Creed. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's really doing her thing. She's on her way up. You know what I'm saying? She's been out for a minute as well, but you know what I'm saying? She really has been getting on like some major projects. To go from Westworld, which end up becoming like one of those phenomenon type shows, to then go to the fucking Thor / MCU, you know what I'm saying, way, and then to turn around and get another major franchise in the Rocky / Creed joints, like, yeah, we got to make sure she get her flowers, because that's fucking crazy. It ain't a lot of people that get a chance to do some shit like that. Like, she got 3 like heavy hitters under her belt already.
Yep.
You know
and then also y'all always gotta shout out to Queen Angela Bassett.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I'm gonna tell you who if they want, this is the thing. I think if they want to, they could become a bona fide star. But I think they could be thinking more behind the scenes nowadays.
Yeah.
But Issa Rae, man.
Oh yeah, she definitely going behind the scenes.
Yeah, 100%. I think if she wanted to be like that movie star, she could. But I don't think that's her passion. I think
she's done some great fucking movies. Her and I don't know the dude's name, but he was in he did the Taxi Cab movie with Batista. He's in the Eternals. He's the Indian dude. I forgot what his name is.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
But they did a movie together that was good. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's doing some shit. Like, Insecure was, of course, you know what I'm saying, a hit. She got that under her belt. And then, you know what I'm saying, she's actually producing another show on HBO Max about 2 females that end up becoming rappers. I'm sorry, I don't want to say females, 2 women who end up becoming rappers and shit. And, you know what I'm saying, like, they chronicling that in the show. But it looks amazing. It stars one of the people that it stars is Ida Osman, who is like a comedian / comedic writer, and she's been on some major shit herself, but she's finally getting her chance in the spotlight. Not only is she funny as hell, she is beautiful.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
but yeah, man. Shout out to Kate Beckinsale, just because.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, man, to the feature presentation, man.
Yes, sir. Now this one is gonna be fun, man. And we talked about this on the coming soon. But listen, man, there's, you know what I'm saying, like, when people create these worlds within these movies, right? There's this thing that you can do, and you can create this like universe within this movie that basically makes people go down these rabbit holes and come up with these theories and these conspiracy theories, and then, you know, all this other stuff that they, you know what I'm saying, can add in that just adds to it just adds to the beauty and the lore of, you know what I'm saying, these movies. And one of the movies we're talking about today is a film by Ridley Scott, starring Noomi Rapace, Logan Marshall Green, Michael Fassbender, Charlize Theron, Idris Elba, Guy Pearce, Sean Harris, and who else is in this? I'm missing somebody. Patrick Wilson is in this. Maybe I do have everybody, but it's a few other people that I may have.
Benedict Wong, man.
Yeah, they're about to say. Well, I know somebody else, but excuse me. But basically, this movie is Prometheus, man. It's a part of the Alien universe, and somewhat a part of the Predator universe. It's all in that, you know what I'm saying, that one big kind of canon of those classic movies. And this is basically like the beginning of it all. You know what I'm saying? For people who don't know, if you haven't had a chance to go check out all of those Alien movies, check out those Alien versus Predator movies. You can even check out a few of the Predator movies because they kind of talk a little bit about that too. And then, you know what I'm saying, make sure you watch Prometheus as well. But basically, Prometheus is a movie about a group of people who are on a pilgrimage to a distant planet to basically repopulate and save the last bit of mankind. And within that, you have two scientists who are basically finding out that the place that they are going to may be the actual land in the actual place where the creators of humankind once walked that planet. So, you know what I'm saying? Coming back to this joint, this is the 10-year anniversary of this joint as well. What did you think, man?
Well, going back to it, like you had put me onto something that I didn't know anything about because a lot of it was because I never really seen like the whole or really sat down and really paid attention to like the Alien movies. And so when you brought that up, so going back and watching this, I watched Alien first, 1979 version of Alien, and then I watched Prometheus right after that. And I'm like, yo, but I see the similarities. I see exactly what he's talking about. Like there's little bitty nuggets in there, like the whole time. Like in Alien, when the one guy had the one alien thing stuck over his face and had the thing going down his throat, and you know what I'm saying, implanting the baby in him or whatnot.
Yeah.
And then it busted out like afterwards, which I thought was kind of crazy because it was like, so he's sitting there with this thing over his face, and they said that the dude is basically in a coma. So he's sitting there, y'all saying he's in a coma. Then he just breaks out of a coma, and then everybody's sitting there eating like everything's good. Everybody joking around like, nah, something's weird about this dude. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and eat with him like everything is all gravy. Nah, I'm not doing that. But they brought that back. They did it in this one as well. Yep. They did it where the thing was it was a lot bigger in this one.
Yeah.
In Prometheus. So like going back and now knowing the new knowledge that I know, some of the stuff makes more sense now. But one of the things, because look, we're going right into the shits. Like I told you I had some deep dives that I wanted to get into. And one of the deep dives that I wanted to speak with you about was the whole thing of like internal life and shit, right? Because the one character that was Vickers' dad, Peter was, he basically didn't want to die. He wanted, so the reason that he funded the scientists was because that he felt that there could have been something that could have gave him eternal life because he didn't want to die. And it's just like, and I'm sitting here thinking like, you would think for a certain amount of time, like, you know what, it might be cool to have eternal life and not die and shit. But then it's kind of like that other side of it where it's like, okay, you never can get close to anyone. You really can't have kids because then your kids are going to end up getting older than you and then dying and then you still going. It's like a weird thing. It's like when you hear about like these vampire movies and all of these other movies that were like you know, Captain America, we see it with him. You know, like the whole thing of like the love of his life was end up being the oldest shit and then she ended up dying. So it's just like, it's just weird thing of like wanting eternal life. And I don't know if I would necessarily want it. Like what are your thoughts on like some people's obsession of like not wanting to die and wish that they could find something to preserve themselves so they can keep continuously to live?
So I got two takes on this, right? So my first take is a little bit more of a silly take. It's just the fact that I used to think the same way. Like, man, you know, I probably wouldn't want to stick around forever because just like you said, you know what I'm saying, your kids die off and all that other shit. But then I thought about this, right? If you have kids with somebody and you got eternal life, then they would kind of have like half of that. So that means they would just live like super fucking long. They would probably still die off, but they would just live like super, super long. So it wouldn't be like as bad as you would think it is. Like they wouldn't live like a normal life how most people live, like up until like 80, 90. They'd probably be like, I don't know, maybe like 500 or some shit like that, right? Okay. Then, you know what I'm saying? I thought about that as well. Like, well, shit, I really don't like people no way. So, I mean, like, I could probably live like that. That shit would be amazing. But then I thought about it like this, the second part. It depends on how you get eternal life. Because if you get eternal life like that old motherfucker in the movie, no, you go ahead and take me out. Yeah, you go ahead and take me out. I don't want to live like that at all. He was all broken down, barely walking and shit. That's no way to eternally live. Now, if you could eternally live like Dracula, oh, I'm with the shits. If I could be like in my 30s and shit for a long ass time, or like my 20s and shit for a long time, yeah, that's amazing.
It's just like Hancock.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Hancock, he was, he had eternal life, and like they was going over the whole things of like she was telling him all of his injuries that he got throughout the years, because when they were together, and I know you joke because I think you said this shit before.
You already know my theory on Hancock.
You was like, man, the white woman was his weakness.
Yeah.
But but it was
I mean,
but it would be dope to be, like, so it's fucking, I don't know, 2096, and it's like, yo, man, I remember back in 1999, man, I was doing this. Like, it would be kind of dope to see what we're gonna end up elevating to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like because like all of these movies, these futuristic movies, like they have like flying cars and this and that, and we're going in this direction. Like, we don't know. Like, even though we have started doing some shit that like that was in, like, for instance, in the Jetsons, you had they created FaceTime in the Jetsons. You know what I'm saying? So like we FaceTime right now. So it's like, yeah, some of the shit is coming true, but like we don't know exactly what's going to happen in the future. So it would be kind of dope to be able to see what some of the future look like. But like you said, I wouldn't want to be his age and trying to preserve my life unless that shit could end up making me younger somehow. But what you were saying with the whole thing of like them going to this planet, because what the scientists saw was they saw all of these pictures that was basically the same picture, and they was like pointing at these stars or whatever. And then once they went into the planet, and then they got off and they went into the thing, they was like, yo, like, this thing is human-like. You know what I'm saying? They're just big as fuck. And like something came, and we don't know what it is. And I thought that the way that they did it in this was kind of dope, because the one thing, like, when we spoke, I can't remember which podcast we was doing, but we was talking about like dinosaurs and shit. And I was saying that I don't know if, like, I believe is that maybe that there were dinosaurs, but they just wasn't as large as they portraying them to be. Like, I don't think dinosaurs was what Jurassic Park is.
Nah. They said like the new Jurassic Park is more like a realistic portrayal of what dinosaurs was. Like they making them now and showing you kind of like a little bit more realistically. So like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, they say like a Tyrannosaurus Rex was only like maybe 20 feet tall. And then like the width of it is like 30 something feet. But like a Tyrannosaurus Rex really ain't that motherfucking big. Like, even if you go to like a museum and you see like how they put the bones together, like even then it ain't really that goddamn as big as they try to make it seem in the movies. You know what I'm saying? Like a raptor was just like the size of a fucking emu or a fucking ostrich for real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, like I don't think they were as big as they try to make them seem.
Yeah. And I bring that point up because the human like things, they were tall as fuck.
Yeah, but I mean, even then, they really weren't as big as the humans, though. I mean, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. They weren't that much bigger than the humans.
Hold on, what wasn't that big as a human?
The Prometheus things.
I don't know, man. That thing looked like it was at least about 10 feet tall, man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but if you think about it, 10 feet is tall, but it ain't like as tall as you would think it would be. Like a nigga could basically, for a motherfucker to be 10 feet tall, LeBron James could jump up and smack that nigga on the top of the head.
I see what you're saying. Because I mean, you got Bo, and he's what?
7 something.
No, Bo. Yeah, he I think he's 7'7". I'm thinking Taco. Taco is 8. What was he? Because I know Manute Bo was 8 foot. Or was it 8'1"? Some shit like that. Well, anyway, what I'm saying is like they was like a human form, but they were just really tall. But the thing is, all of them look the same. Mm-hmm. But that really kind of makes sense because, like, if they're at the beginning of their species, then everybody's going to look the same.
Right.
So I thought that doing that whole thing, and then another thing that they did, but they did it in a different type of way with Prometheus. Like, what's his name? David. So David was a robot.
Yep.
And Alien, one of the scientists was a robot, but they didn't know till the end. Mm-hmm. See, and so in Prometheus, they told them right off the rip, yo, David is robot. He's not human. Yep. But in Alien, they sent the dude along with them, and they did not know that he was an alien until, you know what I'm saying, until he basically, I think they cut his head off. It was some kind of shit. And they ended up cutting his head off. So that's when they revealed to you that he was a robot. And it's just like, I gotta say this, man. And you know, I don't want to put nobody down or anything. I'm not a huge Michael Fassbender fan.
You crazy.
I don't know what it is. It's something about him, man.
Fassbender is that dude, bro.
I don't know, man. Even when he was what was it? Future Days and Past. Magneto. This is like
that's what actually made me like him.
Man,
because he's the to me, between him and Ian McKellen, like I think he's a way better Magneto than Ian McKellen was.
I don't know, man. It's something about him. It's not that he did a bad job playing a robot. I think he did pretty good at it. But I don't know, man. It's like
he was as robotic as possible in that movie.
He was. That's what
you know what I'm saying. I mean, because technically he wasn't really a robot. He was an android.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he still had like the human to him, but he was like robotic as fuck.
Yeah, but then they also do that whole thing of like saying that, you know, he don't have a soul, so he don't have emotion. Mm-hmm. And like one part that was pretty dope that I thought was funny was when my man was like, yo, he was like, why are you wearing a suit? He was like, right, to make y'all feel comfortable.
Yeah.
like, what you mean? He was like, no, yeah, I don't need to, but I'm doing it to basically fit in to make y'all feel comfortable. So I thought that was dope how they did that part there. But fuck, man, I ain't even asked you, man. I done went down a whole wormhole. How did you feel going back and watching Prometheus?
Man, anytime I watch this movie, I have to be careful because I'll then go on YouTube and go down that rabbit hole of the whole Ridley Scott world. And so doing that, you know, I mess around and be doing that shit for hours. You know what I mean? Going into the whole Alien and what's connected here to Prometheus, how it connects to, you know what I'm saying, Predator, and how this connected that, and what caused this, and what. So like, I mean, I go into it, but this is actually one of the movies I like watching, only because the theories of, you know what I'm saying, how humans were created, how Earth was created, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying, that type shit. Like, I'm always into these type of movies anyway. Science fiction is probably one of my favorite genres to watch, depending on what it is. But when it's something like this that mixes all that together, then yeah, I'm glued in every time. This is such a great movie because, you know, you don't have too many movies that are, first and foremost, that piece together certain things as well as they did in this movie. So like you could tell they went back and watched, you know what I'm saying, those old movies, and they were taking things from those old movies and adding them in. Because even when you watch Alien Covenant, and I want to apologize to the listeners, because I think I said Alien Resurrection last time. But the movie is Alien Covenant. And if you go back and watch Alien Covenant, it's a lot of pieces that they put together in between Alien Covenant and Prometheus. And in a way, I'm kind of thinking that they were kind of making them around the same time. It just took Alien Covenant a little bit longer, you know what I'm saying, to make. But just watching this and seeing how, you know, the alien was created, you know what I'm saying, seeing how, you know what I'm saying, humans may or may not have been created, like all that kind of stuff. This is one of those things that you're just like, you know, you got to just sit back and be like, damn, that's a good ass theory.
Well, you are correct. And while we on this theory thing, right, this is the other wormhole thing that I had, right? Okay. So, all right, I got some shit for you. I've been thinking about this shit all fucking day, right? Okay, so the whole thing of like with the aliens and like the way that they portrayed it in this, so you know what I'm saying, they went to this planet, and what the plan was you have to have like a host to get the alien inside another body, because I feel like they have to at least birth themselves into another human body, and like then yeah, so then once they come out, you know, they basically come back, and you know what I'm saying, I don't really know this. Well, I know what the other human form was there to do. They were there to destroy Earth. Like, yo, we gotta destroy the Earth. So this is my theory, right? So I was going down all these different wormholes in my head of like, what is the best way for the aliens to come and do their shit or whatever, whatnot, right? So then you have to think about shit like this. One of my theories of the best way, and it could be already done this way, was the Tomorrow War theory, of that they crashed here way back when they say dinosaurs was here and shit, and they just ended up crashing in a spot, and it got frozen, and you know what I'm saying, they just been sitting there resting, waiting to get thawed out. That's one of the theories I think that happened. I think the Independence Day is the absolute worst theory ever. Of like just coming down here with a couple of ships and we're just gonna blow up everything. Right. I don't think that's the best way. That is the most inefficient way to do the shit, right? But then you think about a movie like The Astronaut's Wife, right? Well, a person actually goes into space and they're getting an alien in them and pregnant their wife, and then they have an alien baby. And now this alien baby is just living amongst us, and we have no idea. And then he goes and he gets another girl pregnant, and then they just start a whole damn colony of some shit. Hell, they might pull some Mormon shit on their ass and just have he's just hitting everything. And just all these girls have alien babies.
Alien
right?
Mormons is hilarious. I don't know how. I ain't connected all the dots yet, but somehow, some way, if I work on it, that shit is hilarious.
So that's my other theory, right? But then, even though this movie is considered a horror movie, I think it's one of the best ones, but also have one of the best theories in it.
Yeah.
The Faculty.
Yeah.
Have one host come down here, you know what I'm saying, infect the faculty first, and then go through the students, and that shit spread like wildfire. They had the whole school within a day and a half.
Yeah.
And like my man said, would you rather take over the world Independence Day style, blowing up the White House, or sneak in through the front door? Because all they got to do is get a person in the Senate, in a county or whatever, infect him, go to Washington, you know what I'm saying, and boom. And now the president is an alien. So I was sitting there thinking about this shit today, and I think that all of those things are probable, but I do believe that the worst one was Independence Day, because that theory just don't make sense for them to just try to do it that way. Because I mean, all of the militaries, you know, and then once you have someone smart enough to end up figuring out like, yo, we take out they shields, we can fuck them up. because the ship just stood still. The ship didn't do nothing.
Man, listen. Fuck all that. There's no fucking possible way that Americans figured out alien technology that goddamn fast to destroy them around the same time.
Remember, we had one of their ships. It crashed in the 60s.
Ain't no way that they'd have figured that shit out. Nigga, we had it since the 60s, and then they come back to destroy some shit, and all of a sudden we figured it out? Man, hell nah, bro. I don't believe it.
Okay, so your theory...
And then they had humans flying that shit.
We flew in the wrong direction the first time. You said, oops.
That's hilarious. Okay, so you made some interesting points, but the one theory you totally forgot about is aliens.
Well, yeah. But even with aliens, that kind of goes along semi with the astronaut's wife.
How?
Because they went into space, and that's how the motherfucker even turned down the temperature.
Going to space. I mean, not alien. I'm sorry. That's my fault. That's not what I meant to say. I'm calling it aliens. It's not aliens. It's Signs. That's the movie that I meant to say.
Oh, Signs.
Yeah, Signs. That's the best way.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you something about Signs. I've seen it,
and
I'm pretty sure I've seen it from start to finish. But that's just one of those movies that just don't stay. You know what I mean? That's one of them ones.
Signs?
Yeah, like it don't.
And when that little boy seen that motherfucking alien, bro, and he got so scared he stopped having asthma. That shit was crazy.
That's not funny.
that nigga asthma was cured. That's how scared he was.
Damn, that's crazy. That wasn't funny. I ain't supposed to laugh. But no, it's like I think that these type of science fiction movies, like it really have you thinking of like, because I was listening to a podcast today and they was like, why do we always believe that they have like this different technology and that they're so much smarter than us? They were like, how do we always just automatically believe that they, number one, is planning a plot, but at the same time that they're smarter than humans or whatnot?
I don't think they necessarily come in here to destroy some shit, but they got to be smarter than us if they could get from their planet to ours.
This is true, and I also think
that's kind of a given.
But then I also think that like some of the theories that these people came up with, like some of the movies that I mentioned earlier, like I thought, okay, let me, because I mentioned a lot and I kept going, but like a theory like the Tomorrow War, right? Like the movie itself, first of all, it was a great movie, but just the theory that they landed here not a million, but hundreds of years ago, would just end up landing in a bad spot, and then they fucking froze to death, and they're just waiting to be thawed out.
I mean, that's more than likely of them motherfuckers landing a ship here in the 60s, and then they wait 40 years to come back and then just blow up the fucking White House.
True. This is very true. But I think like the astronaut's wife. Now the thing about the astronaut's wife is like the person would have to be an astronaut, obviously.
Yeah,
but like, dude, like that shit is crazy. Like, so basically all it is. First of all, I mean, it's Johnny Depp and Charlize Theron. I mean, come on, you're slipping right there. But like, basically, he went on a mission. The mission went sour. But he made it back. He was like the only survivor to make it back. But she started noticing, like Charlize Theron was his wife. She started noticing, like, man, you kind of off. You know what I mean? Like you ain't the same. So ended up smashing, got her ass pregnant. She realized, well, before she realized she was pregnant, I think it was right around the time she realized she was pregnant. That's when she realized that like this dude is a fucking alien. So she ended up killing him, but she has the baby.
Yeah.
And like the movie kind of ends with like, you know what I'm saying, the baby about to like start going to school and shit. And it's like, all right, so that's how it starts. You know what I mean? It starts with that one seed, that one guy that came back with an alien inside of him, impregnated his wife, and now you got this alien child going around. And so, and I think that's one of those things where people always say that, like, there's this theory. I don't know how deep people get into it, but like there are theories that people believe that there are lizard people. People say that
Anunnakis and all them,
Yeah, like some people think that, I've even heard people say they think Joe Biden is an alien. I was like, I don't know.
He got to be a goddamn alien.
I don't know, man. I just
He
think
can't read.
he's too. First of all, he can't read. That's the damn problem. Did you see that video?
That
where he
motherfucker can't properly read. That motherfucker said something. Next paragraph, read here. I was like, nigga, you ain't supposed to read that. You ain't supposed to fucking read that, man. Hey, no, I'm gonna tell you how I know this nigga's an alien, because his son is a white crackhead.
A white crackhead that filmed himself measuring the damn gram count.
Oh, that ain't all he filmed himself doing. He filmed himself getting it in. This nigga he was on the slide butt naked. Like, this nigga is wilding.
Yeah, they said that he was a wild boy.
Hunter Biden is a party animal, bro. And he is stuck in the 80s. Okay? He is stuck in the fucking 80s.
All right, man. Look, we got to be fair here. Uncle Washington talked about this all the time. Say, yo, the Kennedy boys used to be up in Harlem all the time buying damn drugs.
Man, listen, Hunter Biden don't be in no black neighborhoods though. That's the crazy part. That's why I said he's a wild boy, man. He just be out here. First and foremost, I want to know where he's getting crack from. Okay, let's talk about that, because that's the question those are questions that need to be answered. Who the fuck is still out here selling and buying crack?
Man, this dude is time traveling, man.
It's something, bro. Crack? How the fuck are you still getting this shit? I thought that shit been off the market. It's so many new drugs he could have. Like, he could have meth. He could have like fentanyl. I mean, like, he could do so many other things. This nigga still decides to go with crack. Man,
Franklin hooking him up, man.
Man, that's crazy. That nigga seen one episode of Snowfall, was like, he could just sniff cocaine like all the regular people do.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, that was.
I'm telling you, man, he's a party animal, man.
That's crazy. So, but yeah, shout out to Noomi, man. Like, I don't know. Look, I don't know what it is. Like, it is just something just weird. It's just tying me to this lady. But I mean, she killed her part though. Like, but like the decision that she made at the end, and this is the one thing about movies, yo. But I think that they had to make the sacrifice, and I'm gonna ask you, would you make the sacrifice as well? So when when they woke the one old human thing, whatever we want to call it, up, and so he cranked the ship up. He was gonna go basically do the mission that they was gonna do, you know what I'm saying, years and years and years ago. So they didn't have no weapons or anything like that. So they basically had to crash their ship into that ship. So with them doing that, everybody knows this is a suicide mission and we got to kill ourselves for the betterment of the earth or whatever, whatnot. And it's like, when I was thinking about that decision, I'm like, okay, right. It's at the end of the day, it's really an easy decision, because it's kind of like, if we don't stop him now, there's going to be nowhere to go home to. So I don't think that it was more of like, if it's like, yo, I'm going to make the decision to let them go ahead and blow up Earth or whatever, whatnot.
No, they didn't have no decision. Earth wouldn't have been in trouble if they would have stayed their ass home and not worried about the fuck they was doing. It's their fault. They went to go wake that nigga up. He was asleep. He wasn't worried about shit. He wasn't doing nothing. That nigga was just peacefully doing his thing. They like, touching buttons and shit. The goddamn thing opened up. Guess who came out? The Doomsday Grim Reaper. This motherfucker comes out. He kicks dude in the chest, fucks his shit up. Then, you know what I'm saying, he tossed old girl. Now he realizing, oh shit, I got a mission to fulfill. And they like, oh man, this nigga's supposed to blow up the fucking planet. I can't believe we woke him up. Yeah, it's time to put that motherfucker back to sleep. Shit.
But man, damn, what's her damn name? But Shaw ended up making the decision to take David with her to go to the planet that they, I guess, originated from because she want answers. This is the thing about scientists, right? Like, they never want to have a solution that they cannot figure out. It's like, yo, maybe we should leave this shit alone. Shaw, do you believe that you're gonna?
You saying the wrong word. You know what word you're supposed to be saying.
What?
White people. That's how all this shit started.
I will say this though. I see the direction that you're going, and I'm here for it. But at the same time, I'm gonna tell you why I fuck with white people. Is because we wouldn't know half of the fucking shit that we even know about the ocean if it wasn't for white people. We wouldn't know half of the shit we know about animals if it wasn't for white people.
That is true.
Because we wouldn't know shit about shit.
If they went out there and got their ass ate up.
Yeah, I was listening to Dan Levitar today, like I do every day. And they have Ron McGill come on every Thursday, right? Well, Tuesday or whatever day. But he comes on once a week. He's the animal guy. He works at the Miami zoo or whatever. So they asked him a question about why there's so many animals in Australia that can kill you. He was like, well, he said, I can start right here. He was like, throughout the world, 3 out of 10 snakes can kill you, right? Mm-hmm. But he was like, just in Australia alone, 7 out of 10 snakes can kill you. Mm-hmm. So he was talking about the venomous, shit like that. So this is the thing, right? If we speaking about black people, right? So they in Africa, whatever, motherfucker get bit by a snake. We'll just be like, yo, what's the name died from getting bit by a snake? So
not true,
snakes, right?
That's not true. That's a recent phenomenon amongst black people. Black people had all kind of sciences and mathematics and all this other shit that was able to cure everything before these motherfuckers came along and started disrupting shit. We didn't know. We didn't have to know about animals because we weren't living around no motherfucking animals. We was getting the fuck away from them. We were smart. Hey, it's a tiger over there. Don't go over there because those motherfuckers eat stuff. Why do we have to? I don't give a fuck to know about a tiger. All I know is that the fast ass 4-legged animal is catching that. So I know I don't stand a chance. Science. Shit, nigga, I don't. There's nothing else I need to know.
This true. But yo, I think if there was a Prometheus 2 to come out, I think Shaw is fucking up the whole world. She already almost fucked it up one time. She's definitely gonna fuck it up this time. Well, she goes back.
It is a Prometheus 2. That's why I said you gotta watch Alien Covenant, because if you watch Alien Covenant, you kind of find out what happened at the end of Prometheus. Remember, in Alien Covenant, David, remember those little things, the little vials, all that black liquid?
Yeah.
So at the end of Covenant, David took that and went to that planet and dropped them all over them motherfuckers.
So he basically went there and woke them up.
Yeah. No, he killed them.
Oh. See, I never seen the Covenant one. So that's something that I would have to go and watch. But
matter of fact, I think that's on like a deleted scene or something in Prometheus. Because if you watch Alien Covenant, the David character, the original David character from Prometheus is the one in Alien Covenant, and he trying to kill them in Alien Covenant to create aliens. You gotta watch it, man. It's real good. It explains a lot of shit in Prometheus.
Yeah, because like his whole agenda was different because he was getting orders.
Yep.
From the old guy. So he was doing what he wanted him to do. And Vickers thought that David was loyal to her, but he was like, nah. He's like, I'm
working for your daddy.
Yeah, I'm working for Peter, man. So I'm doing what he wants me to do. But nah, I like the scene where Vickers had came and and my man I was like, he was like, yo, like if you trying to do something, man, you can just say it. Don't come in here and act like you all worried about this and that. Mm-hmm. And so she got mad. He was like, yo, Vic, let me ask you a question. I'm like, are you a robot? She was like, what? Meet me in my room in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I'll show you if I'm a damn robot.
Yeah. Shout out to Idris Elba, the only nigga on the ship getting some.
I know. No. Remember?
They don't count. They was together. They was together.
They was together. So yeah. You got a good point. But yeah, she was just like, yeah, you can kind of tell, like, yo, like, why are you in here? You don't give a shit about none of the shit we doing. Like, why are you in here? So yeah, I like how he did that. I like how he pulled that off. But
so, quick question, man. I got a question for you now. If that big alien thing, the big white Prometheus thing, right, is between that, because I don't know what the fucking things is called. They never tell us what they call it. Are they supposed to be Titans or something? Did they call them Titans or something? Let's call it a Titan. Idea. So the Titan, the alien, and Predator, all three of them got to battle it out. Who you got?
I got a Predator, man.
Predator?
Yeah.
Nice.
I got the Predator. I just think that the shit that the Predator have to his disposal. The last one I seen was the one that had Adrian Brody in it and Sanaa Lathan.
Yeah.
So they was able to, you know what I'm saying? I was able to see a modern version of them because even the original, I think for the Predators to come out in the 80s, I thought the special effects was fucking good.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good for the 80s. Yeah. That shit still stand up to today.
Yeah, shout out to Carl Weathers, man.
Yeah, man, shout out to him. So I just think the shit that he has to his disposal, man, like being able to be invisible, like just like I don't know, man. That dude, the Predator's something serious. He ugly as fuck.
So,
but
I also have a theory.
Okay,
just roll with me on this one. Just think about it. Tell me what you think. I think the reason that the Predator is so good is because the Predator is also a descendant of the Titan thing.
Okay, you gotta elaborate a little bit more on that. Like, how did you come to that conclusion?
So think about this, right? We never see the Titan thing except for in Prometheus and at the beginning of Alien Covenant. However, we do know that the alien things when the aliens was made was killing them off. Because if you watch the end of Prometheus, remember it was fighting one of the alien things, and the alien thing whooped his ass. Right? And then it had did that thing in the body, and then the little thing came out the Titan's body, and it was an alien.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yep.
Now, if you look at the Predator, they kind of the same fucking thing. The only difference is the Predator is more humanoid than the alien. And how would it become more of a humanoid? The Titan. They separated. Somehow their DNA got separated. Same kind of DNA from the beginning, but it altered. This one became more Titanish, and this one didn't. And that's why it's Alien versus Predator fighting like that. Because if you watch Alien versus Predator, remember they show them coming to Earth to recreate the aliens just so they could come back down and kill them. And that's how they get their warrior badge. It's a far out theory, but I think that the Predator also has something to do with Prometheus.
I see what you're saying, but I just think the Predator is just from another fucking place, and it
got dreadlocks, man.
I mean, yeah, it got dreadlocks, and it got these two little things on the side of his face too. That's crazy as fuck.
10 feet tall. A super technologically advanced alien race, just like the Prometheus Titan thing was. Come on, man.
I mean, look, dude, we're doing a whole bunch of just different little hypothetical shit here. So
sure.
I don't think nothing is far out. Like I went on the whole thing of like, if aliens were here, this would be the best way to do it from the things that we have seen. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have both have determined that the Independence Day is the worst way to do the shit.
100%.
But all them other theories, man, because they're just like so there's this huge discussion that's going on today about this Webb telescope. And now they saying that the galaxy
James
is
Webb
big
compared to the
Hubble.
Yeah,
Yeah, saying it is bigger and all this type of shit, and we're even more smaller on the scale. And they made this discussion, which me and you talked about this on the podcast. I can't remember which one it was, but we were saying that there's shit that we don't know about the ocean.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we keep worrying about space. And that's another thing. Aliens could be living in that damn pressure part of the damn ocean, and we just have no fucking idea. They just down there chilling. We thinking these motherfuckers gonna drop from the sky. And they just sitting down there at the bottom of the ocean like, yo, like we good down here.
I got another conspiracy theory. Right?
Okay.
Just roll with me on this one too. Look, I'm not saying that this is real. I'm just saying space is fake.
Well, that's not surprising coming from you because you don't believe in the moon landing. You don't believe in. Okay, so do you even believe in the solar system?
No.
So there's no Mars, no Venus, no Saturn, no none of that shit.
Let me explain it to you like this, right?
Okay.
So, how in the world can we see the moon and we can see the sun perfectly? But you've never seen the Mars, you've never seen Venus, you've never seen any of them. And the only time you have seen them, or they showed you that you've seen them, they've always been stars. The sun is further away from us than Mars is. Yet and still, we've never seen Mars at all.
Okay, so let me play devil's advocate. The sun is, I don't know, 20 times bigger than Mars and all that type of shit. Now this is the thing that would go for your argument, right? So I saw this whole little thing of like what they said the solar system is, right? They said that Jupiter is bigger than the sun.
So they say.
But it's farther than the sun, so that's why we can't see it. Because they say the sun is like
Cap.
Man, what's that damn thing? Hold on.
Think about this. The sun has a magnetic field, right? If Jupiter was bigger than the sun, it would be pulling towards the sun faster. I do not believe that Jupiter is bigger than the sun. I think the sun, if the solar system is 100% real, I think the sun is the biggest thing out of all of it, right? But this is my thing. If you said the sun is 20 times bigger than Mars, right?
Something like that, but like the way they got
it don't gotta be accurate. Yeah, it don't gotta be accurate. Let's just say that's the thing. If the sun is 20 times bigger than Mars and we can still see the sun, right? And Mars got to be at least 10 times bigger than the moon. How are we able to see the moon? The moon ain't that close to us.
Okay, right. So you got the sun. Okay, here we go. So no, the sun is the biggest thing, period.
Yeah.
So but the next biggest is Jupiter and Saturn.
Right.
But
and you've never seen them in planet form. You always see them when they show you, they say, "Oh, you'll be able to see Jupiter." And then when you see Jupiter, it's just a fucking star. It's just a big ass star.
Yeah, because like even Mars, they tell us like, oh, you see that one star that's kind of
reddish? That big red star? Yeah.
Yeah, Mars, like right? That's Mars.
So listen, right? If Mars is further away, let's say Mars is further away from us, right? How come we haven't even seen? No, how come we haven't even seen Venus?
Venus is on one side of us, and Mars is on the other side. And Venus is bigger than Mars.
That's what I'm saying. But we've never seen when you see the moon, you see the moon, right? You can see the moon, but you never see Venus unless it's a star. You never see Mars unless it's a star, or Jupiter, or any of these other planets unless they stars. But the sun, you can see the sun.
Now, this is the one thing, like I said, it'll go along with your argument, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we're in between Venus and Mars, we can't see it. And they tell us that one little dot right there,
right?
That is Mars, right?
Right.
So the sun is probably, from the way these pictures look, might be 2 times bigger than Jupiter, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Jupiter is besides Mars. So if the sun is 2 times bigger than Jupiter, and we can see that shit clear as day,
then we should be able to see Jupiter.
Be able to see Jupiter.
At least a small little ball of Jupiter. That's my point. I think space is fucking fake, bro. Because think about this. Think about this too, right? All of a sudden, we getting like all these HD cameras. We got Wi-Fi. We got all this fancy shit. You know what I'm saying? You could go in the basement and talk on your cell phone now. Like, we got all this fancy shit. How come we ain't been back to the moon with all this new fancy equipment and shit that we got? We was able to go to the moon in the 60s. They was able to take a camera, a regular TV broadcast camera, all the way up to the fucking moon and make a broadcast from the moon all the way back to Earth with no issues, no delays, no nothing. They was able to talk to a motherfucker on the moon with the technology in the 60s. Nigga, in the 90s, you couldn't even talk on your cell phone in the basement. We just got to that point.
Yo, it's saying, so Earth, they saying, okay, so the sun, they saying the radius of the sun it's an X sitting on there. I think it's 695,000 in like radius size, right? In kilometers. Mm-hmm. So Earth is 6,378. Mars is 3,397.
Mm-hmm.
Jupiter is 71,492. And this is the crazy part, right? So with the Earth, they got like a little tiny little thing right there for the moon.
Yeah. So
if the sun is, I think that's 695,000. They tell us that Mars is 3,300. I don't understand why we don't see Jupiter at 71,000. I feel like we should at least be able to see that shit. And this is the one thing that I don't understand. How the fuck? They say Pluto is 1,150. How the fuck they get a picture of that shit?
Exactly.
How can you determine that this is a planet and it's just not a star? If it's that fucking small. And then Mercury, this is my thing about Mercury, yo. So Mercury is 2,440. They claim. This bitch is so close to the sun. Mercury should have burnt the fuck up. Ain't no way. Like, how does Mercury exist? I see what you're saying. I just don't understand, like, how can it be that fucking close to the sun?
This is all I'm saying, bro. Mars is only 33, maybe 34 million miles away from Earth. That's what they say. Nigga, the sun is at least 93 million miles away from the fucking Earth, bro. You mean to tell me that we can see the fucking sun and we can't see Mars, and Mars is just as close? Like, come on, man. Something ain't right. They not telling us something. Something is capped.
Yeah,
So that's my theory. Space is fake.
Well, all I know is I like
When the last time you seen a rocket launcher?
Shit, man. Shit, since what? Challenger exploded?
See what I'm saying? And that's because they actually tried to get that motherfucker off the planet. That's why I think Challenger exploded. Because they was like, this time we really gonna do this shit. And they got all the way up there and it hit something and said, boom. Nah, nigga, that ain't how this shit work. I'm just saying, man. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think nobody was on Challenger.
So you think it was a hoax?
Yep.
So you don't fuck with the Apollo 13 joints and none of that?
None of that shit. I think Buzz Aldrin and John Glenn and all them niggas is cap.
So
and shout out to John Glenn because he from Ohio too, but he cap.
So Armstrong is cap.
Cap.
Hey,
come on, man. You went to the moon. Listen, you went to the moon in the 60s, right? That's what it was. The moon landing in the 60s, 68. Bruh. When the last time you heard from them niggas? You ain't never heard them talk about it. These niggas ain't wrote a tell-all book, no nothing.
Man, they signed an NDA, man.
Get the fuck out of here, man. People sign NDAs all the time and then write a tell-all book, my nigga. I don't want to hear that shit. It's all cap, bro. We ain't got no documentary on this shit for real. We ain't got no real documentary with them niggas in it. None of that. That shit was made in Hollywood, California, and Playa La Vista or whatever the fuck they call that film, used to call that film lot. And they put that shit on. Because think about this. Everything that they was doing in the 60s, you could do now.
Dude, you want to know what's hilarious? Is when you look at these solar system pictures, Earth is the only one that got a moon sitting beside that motherfucker.
That's all I'm saying. And they say Jupiter, Saturn got like 5 or 6 moons though. Why don't we know what none of them?
Why we can't see they moon?
Tell me, man, Cap.
I don't know, man. All I know is I fuck with Saturn though. Saturn got the ring thing around it.
I don't fuck with none of it because this is my thing. Check this too. How come back in the day, like in Greek and Roman times, them niggas was worshiping the planets? So how do you worship the planets if you can't see them?
I have no idea.
See what I'm saying? Cap. All that shit is made up.
Well, we ain't gonna go down the line of some other shit that I feel is made up, but so we gotta do shout out to the cast, man.
Yeah, for sure. Fire flame time, man. Oh, if y'all want to debate me on that too, man. If y'all think space is real and y'all we landed on the moon and all that goofy shit, feel free to hit me up, man. I'm always available to talk about shit like that. I love talking about that shit. But fire flame time, man. What do you give Prometheus?
I'm glad that you brought up the whole alien thing because now it made it make a little bit more sense. Yeah. I see the similarities. I see the shit that they tied into. I think Ridley Scott, you know, he's on to something, man. He's like what's my man name?
Kind of like George Lucas.
James Cameron. James Cameron's on to something too. Yeah. Steven Spielberg as well.
Yep.
But man, shout out to him. You know, shout out to Noomi. You know what I'm saying? She's one of my favorite actresses. I hate that like now she's doing like a lot of. I mean, I ain't mad at her because it's where she's from. But she's starting to do like a lot of Swedish films now with different languages and shit. But I can't wait for her to come back to America and do some more American movies. But I'm gonna shit, man, because I really fuck with Prometheus, man. But I'm gonna give it a 3.5. I mean, I like the movie. I like what they did with it. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. The first time I watched Prometheus, I really only watched it for one reason, and then I was like, "Oh shit, man, this shit is alright." I like the premise that it have. Mm-hmm. Also, like the conversation that we was able to, you know what I'm saying, to dive into today. We really didn't even really talk about Prometheus, but
Yes, it ain't really much to talk about, honestly.
It really ain't. It really ain't because it's really had a lot of side shit to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I'm gonna give it 3.5. It's not a bad movie. It's a movie that it is a movie that if it's on, I'll sit there and like finish it or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean I fuck with it though. So I'm gonna give it 3.5.
Nice. So for me, man, the cast was great in this. I'm a huge Fassbender fan. You know what I'm saying? I think he does a great job. The dude that played Peter, I forgot his name, but I love him in movies too. He does a great job. But Guy Pearce, that's his name. Guy Pearce does a great job.
His brother be out here killing it too.
Who is his brother?
And his brother, the dude playing Did you ever watch? Oh shit! Hold on, wait a minute. I hope it's his brother.
Why are you looking at it? Yeah. But no, I like the, you know what I'm saying, I like the premise of the movie. I like the connection that Ridley Scott did, you know what I'm saying, to bring this into the whole Alien universe. To add, you know what I'm saying, the whole creation of the alien and everything else. I thought that was dope. Him using the Prometheus name was also super smart because if don't nobody know who Prometheus is the Titan. Is one of the Titans that helped create the gods who end up help creating the humans, but Prometheus was one of the Titans that stole fire from the gods and supposedly brought it to Earth. That way humans could have fire. So that's in mythology. If you guys are into that, check that out. But I thought that was dope because basically that's the whole thing. The Titans, you know what I'm saying, basically brought, you know what I'm saying, the humans in and the aliens in together and created this whole fucked up ass situation that we got because they out here face banging us and getting us pregnant. And that's not cool at all. Have you seen the way that thing attacks people?
Man, that shit is nuts.
It looks like a vagina, but a penis comes out of it and it goes and it latches onto your face. It sexually harasses you and then kills you. This is the wildest thing I've ever seen. But no, on the serious note, man, like I said, the movie is great. I'm giving it a 4.5 because of the connection that it has with Alien and how it brought and tied everything together. And then on top of that, having seen Alien Covenant, it made it a little bit more better for me. So yeah, I'm going 4.5.
Cool, man. I ain't mad at it. And then, dude, I fucked that up. His name is Guy Pearce, but you know the actor Pierce Bronson.
That's what I thought you were going to Pierce Bronson. I was about to say, nigga, you talking about 007? That's why I was waiting. I wanted to say 007, yeah. I'm like, you talking about 007 now?
Yeah, I fucked that up. Yeah. My bad. I fucked that up.
That's hilarious. I knew that's where you was going. Though. I just didn't. I ain't want to call you out, so I'll let you go ahead and go with that one. That's funny.
Nah.
But yeah, man. Pierce Brosnan, Guy Pearce, brother. That's hilarious, bro. But now, man. Listen, man. Coming soon, we got another great episode for you guys. This one is going to be a little bit more current. It's going to be fun. We're gonna talk about some cool stuff here, man. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is the next movie that we're gonna be covering. Shout out to Benedict Cumberbatch. Shout out to Wong. What's his name?
Benedict Wong.
Yeah, shout out to Benedict Wong. Shout out to I cannot.
The Olsen sister.
Elizabeth Olsen.
Yeah.
But what's Mordo's name, man? Chike. Oh my god, I can't pronounce that nigga name.
Oh man, I ain't even gonna try that shit. I know you're talking about.
No, I gotta try to pronounce.
Man, he's Victor from Victor Sweet.
Shout out to Victor Sweet, man. But I don't know how to pronounce his real name. But he's played some great roles, bro. And this one, he does a good job at playing Mordo. Horrible wig, though. Horrible wig.
Yeah, terrible
dreadlock wig. But I ain't mad at it, man. You know what I'm saying? He the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? I wanted them to be a little bit more bad guy, because like Mordo and Doctor Strange really supposed to be like mortal enemies, and they don't never let them two really like go at it. But we'll talk some more about that in on the episode. So yeah, Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. If you haven't seen it, it's available on Disney Plus right now for your streaming and viewing pleasure. So go check that out. If you enjoyed the episode, if you didn't enjoy the episode, I mean, it's all good. It's up to you. Let us know on our socials, Instagram and Twitter at View9Pod. You can check us out on Facebook at VA Pod Watch Group. You can hit me up on Twitter at Scoots Bronson. I got a link tree in the bio. You can go there, find me everywhere else.
Man, fuck all that shit. We gave y'all all of the ways the aliens will come fuck us up.
Yeah,
all in one episode.
Facts.
So,
and we told you that space was fake.
Yeah. So we went out. Come on, man. You never know what you're gonna get on Viewers Anonymous.
Ever.
But yeah, y'all can check me out at s.foster8 on Instagram and Twitter at 28 minutes or less pod. That's just on IG. Check out the podcast, man. I put out episode 93. You know what I'm saying? I did the episode on Scarface. That was a long time coming for that podcast, for what I do over there. So go check out the things I have to say on them. Man, I went down the whole wormhole of like the video game, Scarface video game that came out. And you know what I'm saying? The whole decision that Tony made at the end, was it you go for your livelihood, or do you know what I'm saying, murder 3 innocent people, and you know what I'm saying, 1 woman and 2 innocent kids. So I went out there. I love people with a question that I need answered. So go check out the episode on the 28 minutes or less, and I think that's it. That's all I got to share now.
Cool, man. And also, man, my album Homeward Bound is going to be out August 7th, man. Get ready. We got a few weeks before it get here, but be prepared. It's going to be on Apple Music. It's going to be on Spotify. It's going to be on Tidal, Amazon. It's going to be on Pandora, iHeart. It's going to be on all your streaming services, man. Get ready. August 7th is the day. Stay tuned. If you like techno, if you like EDM, if you like house music, that's what it's for, man. It's for you. You know what I'm saying? Get your glow sticks ready. You know what I'm saying? Turn the lights out, turn the speakers up, and get grooving. But thank you for your support. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's greatly appreciated as always. And until the next episode, man, like they say in Hollywood, that's a wrap.
Cut.